is that she knew to be successful, you got to put successful people and good people, strong people around you, and she did that with Hannah. And so it was really an easy decision for us because Hannah has done such a phenomenal job here. So we are excited to welcome her, and she should be coming in here momentarily. She should be coming in the door any minute now, so please help me in just a second when she comes in. Welcome Hannah Varel as our new head coach. Take the basketball.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. I feel extremely humbled and grateful to have the opportunity to serve as the next head coach here at Transy. I just want to start with a few thank yous. Thank you to President Lewis for giving me this opportunity. He has graciously promoted and supported our program and our staff since he's gotten on campus. Thank you to our Vice President of Athletics, Dr. Sheilley. She epitomizes what it means to be an incredible female leader, and I'm so grateful that I have her and my student athletes as a role model to look up to. Thank you to the entire Transy community, from professors to staff to administrators to former alums that have reached out and congratulated me and supported our team on this historic run over the past 2 years. Transy truly is the most amazing family, and I'm so lucky to be a part of it. Thank you to my family that has supported me on this crazy dream that I started 6 years ago. They've supported me from Dallas to Connecticut and everywhere in between, so I'm very grateful for them. Thank you to Coach Folks. You have been the most amazing mentor and friend and leader. You have poured into me every single day of the last 4 years. You've challenged me, you've pushed me out of my comfort zone, you've allowed me to lead, allowed me to fail, and I feel very prepared for this just because of you. Thank you finally to the women in our program. It has and always will be about the team. I know there will be challenges and changes over the next year, but there is not a better group of people that I'd love to do it with. So thank you.
So we'll open up to anyone who has any questions, but I'd like to go first if that is okay. Can you just talk about how the journey feels after being assistant at Hanover and then under Julie Folks named the assistant, then associate, then you were named to the 30 under 30 list, then you were named the WBCA D3 Assistant of the Year, and now you're the head coach of Transylvania, one of the winningest programs in D3 in the last 5 years. Just how does it feel?
Yeah, I think grateful is the biggest word that comes to mind. I've had incredible mentors that have taken a chance on me, from someone that had very limited coaching experience. Coach Jones gave me an opportunity at Hanover. I was lucky enough to meet Coach Folks through that process of being in the HCAC, and like I mentioned, she has been the most incredible mentor and leader and friend over the past 4 years, and I don't think I would be in this position and feel as prepared as I do without the mentors and the people and the support that I've had around me.
How much of the play style will you continue, what Coach Folks has kind of laid down, and how much of your own style and changes do you plan to implement?
Yeah, I feel very lucky that I'm coming into a program where we know that what we do works. And Coach Folks and I were very aligned on the methods and the systems that we ran. We were the best defensive team in the country out of any division, and I fell in love with that process. There were many times where we gave up 50, it felt really tough. So I feel very confident knowing that what we've done in the past works. I think this group will have a little bit different offensive style, different strengths. That I think we're just going to work through that process in the fall. Our plan is to take the team to Canada for our fall break trip, and I think having those extra days of practice to work through kind of the new systems and the new people that we have will really help us. I'm excited about the group that we have returning.
It's a little unfair, but still a valid point. You got some big shoes to fill,
Yeah.
right? And you understand that as well as anybody. It's not intimidating because you took the job, but when you think about that, thinking about replacing Coach Holmes, what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not naive to the fact that there will be different challenges and changes along the way, but I feel very prepared through my experience and mentorship that I mentioned for this opportunity. I've had a lot of autonomy, especially here at Transy, through scouting, through recruiting, through player development, that makes me feel very prepared for this. And I think specifically related to the success that we've had in the past, our program's strength is that we are relentlessly pursuing championships, and that's being champions on the court, champions in the classroom. We've won back-to-back Elite 90 awards. I don't know if that's been done before, and being champions in the community. So that standard has been set, and I don't have any plans on changing that. I think there's a saying that comparison is the thief of joy, so I'm just really going to focus on what I can control and bring energy and competitiveness and compete every day versus comparing to what this team has done in the past. And I'm really looking forward to the challenge of finding our team's new identity.
You're losing.
You were an accounting professional with PwC in the mid-2010s, and now you're the head coach of a women's basketball team. How do you make that add up in your head, and what was it like changing career paths pretty abruptly into something that was just 180 degrees different?
Yeah, bizarre that I am here, and I just feel extremely grateful that I get to live my dream and my passion every day. And I think going through that process of the changing from something that was very comfortable and static to me will help me navigate this change and help me navigate that change with our players. But yeah, I just feel incredibly grateful that I get to follow my dream and passion every day, and hopefully allow my student athletes to see that following your dreams is a reality and something you can do.
You're losing a lot of key players from these past two teams. So what kind of rebuild do you have in front of you as far as team, but also maybe staff? I don't know who's going with Coach Folks and who's staying behind.
I think one of the things that Transy has done exceptionally well, especially over Coach Folks' era, is the player development piece. So what a lot of people don't get to see is while we have 5 really talented players that have really built this program, we have a heck of a lot of underclassmen that will be prepared and ready to go and have been putting in the work and waiting their time. And I think that leads to the continued success that Transy has had and not just been a flash in the pan, because we really value our underclassmen and developing them. We have an amazing group returning. It's a really full circle moment for me because this rising senior class is my first recruiting class. So I'm really excited to go through this challenge with them. We have an amazing group of incoming freshmen that I'm really excited about. Luckily, one of the things that Coach Dr. Sheilley and Transy has allowed us to do is have a large group of volunteer coaches. So all of them will be returning with me, and we're going through the hiring process right now of a full-time assistant coach too. So plenty of people around this group to help us support them.
What are the benefits of the through line that you guys have? Because you were on this staff for 4 seasons, from a recruiting standpoint, from a development standpoint, and maybe some challenges that come with that.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think that's the biggest thing when I learned Coach Folks was taking this job, is making this transition as seamless as possible for our group of women. To us, that was the biggest thing that we were worried about, was making them feel confident in the next person that was taking over. So I think having those relationships with them will be critical to this program moving forward.
Why did this place feel like the perfect opportunity for you to take your first head coaching job?
It's the people, for sure. Transy is the best community and family I could ask for in taking this new journey. There's been dozens of people that have reached out, calls, texts, stopped by my office. So I know I have a large group of support, not only in the athletic department, but across the entire Transy community, which I don't think you get at a lot of places, especially at bigger universities. So I'm really excited about it.
This is a program that for a long time has operated with numbers and analytics. How much does your background play into that? Does that help you at all, or is it just too different that it didn't?
Yeah, no, Coach Folks is going to laugh because I have fully bought into the numbers and the analytics piece of it. And we did a zone presentation a couple weeks ago, and that was really what we based our entire presentation on. So I have fully bought into the numbers and analytics, and I think winning a national championship, going to 3 Elite Eights, 2 Final Fours, has fully proven that the math works. So I'm fully on board with keeping that process. And our entire team has bought into the system too.
Coaching searches usually happen very quickly because you just talk about, were you shocked at all when Coach Folks left, and then how quickly did this become a possibility for you? I'm sure it was kind of a whirlwind.
Yeah, Coach Folks had mentioned, I guess it was last Monday, that she was heading down to Marshall for a visit. And we have always talked about at the end of the season what my plans are and what my goals are. And I think through her mentorship, she has always given me the confidence that I could take over this program if she were to leave. So this wasn't, I had 12 hours to decide and decide the rest of my life. This was a 4-year process of her really pouring into me and giving me a ton of confidence in taking this role. But yes, it was a very quick process. Luckily, Dr. Sheilley has given me a ton of confidence as well, and I'm really grateful for her of giving me this opportunity and not really opening the search to anybody else.
All right. Thank you, Dana.
Awesome. Thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We expect to see all of you all at the first game.
Yes. Front row. Got to keep it rolling.